Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rod. I have started a new game today, a Pro Table Games basketball game. This is an ABA 1971-72 season between the Virginia Squires with rookie Dr. J, rookie Charlie, or not rookie, scoring champion Charlie Scott before he left for the Suns at the end of the season, against the Dallas Chaparrals, who are considered by PTG at least as maybe the best defensive team ever, with a whole team of players with 4A on defense. Now 4 is the highest defensive rating you can have. Well, the A is basically another defensive rating that prevents fouls and also limits your field goal percentage. The 10-man team of Dallas has all players rated 4A, which I'm pretty sure is an error, even though Dallas gave up the fewest points in the ABA in 1972. It doesn't necessarily mean they are the best defensive team. They also scored the least amount and took the least amount of shots per game as well. So it's kind of more of a pace thing than a total defensive thing. But anyway, I just thought I'd experiment to see how the quote-unquote greatest defensive ABA team of all time is. And so I'm going to start a game here and play the first half of PTG basketball, the second half with Hoops Tabletop Pro Basketball, since I've got the 71-72 ABA season of that. I've got it in both PDF printout and factory-made cards, so I can show you the difference between those. So anyway, the starting lineups for the Squires today are Charlie Scott, 34.6 per game, Neil Johnson, Jim Akins, Julius, Dr. J. Irving, who averaged 16 rebounds and 27 points, and Roland Fatty Taylor. I wish they still put the nicknames on the cards, because there's plenty of good ones here in the old ABA. The Dallas Chaps, who finished 500 on the year at 42-42. They start the late, great Steve Snapper Jones from Portland's Franklin High School and the University of Oregon, where I'll be playing this game here in Portland, outside of Portland. Went to the same high school as my mom. Rich Jones, scoring machine. George Johnson, not George Flyswatter Johnson. There was 2 George Johnsons that played simultaneously in the NBA and ABA, and they were both 6'11". It's quite a confusing thing. A lot of NBA statistical magazines put career stats of the Flyswatter with the 2 seasons this George Johnson played in the ABA. They're different players. Simi Hill and Don Freeman will be the guards. Don, you can fill it up. He's about 24 points a game. So anyway, let's get a game going. I'm going to use the this for the first time. I'm going to use this tip chart, jump ball chart, and see what happens. They basically just say you rate your 2 jumpers. You take the rebound difference, and you say if they're 1 greater, 2 greater, 3 greater. So it's a different system. Maybe the best rebounders are the best jumpers. So who knows? So I'll just roll 2 dice and see what happens here. And we're going to go probably Akins and Johnson. How's that sound? I could go Dr. J. And Dr. J out jump Jim Akins probably. So let's just go Dr. J, 18, George Johnson, 15. That's a +3 advantage. So let's see what happens here when I roll a 10. And the 10 on a +3, well, they actually give it to the low player. Doesn't seem like that much of an advantage. I mean, 2-7, I guess, is slightly better. Interesting. But anyway, the jump is going to go to George Johnson. So let's give the jump to George here real quick. I haven't played a game in quite a while, so I might be a little bit rusty here, so bear with me. Let's see, let me get a little more room for the dice so you can see the dice. So Chaparrals have the ball. Our play chart is over there, and let's see what happens here. Well, I rolled a 5 on the team shot card for Dallas. Let's see how this great defensive team will react. That's an S2. S2 Steve Jones. An 11 is a 1. Count it for Steve Jones. Chaps get on the board first. Any assist on that play? Let's see. Rich Jones? Yes. Rich Jones on the assist. But I even noticed on, just to talk about the fouling aspect in 72 ABA, even a team like the Squires, there are not too many characteristics with less than a B. It seems like most of them, almost the entire team's an A or a B defensive characteristic. So maybe that just carries throughout the league. I have not played enough of this season of cards to really know the ins and outs of the 72 AB and how PTG decided to kind of change it up a little bit, because usually in traditional seasons beforehand and even after, they had a lot of D ratings on it would be a 2D or a 3D or something like that. So who knows? But anyway, oh yeah, it's a shot. So let's move the clock a little bit. 11:45. Got to get back in the swing of this thing. S4. Jim Akins 35. 35 is a 7, and that's gonna be a foul, 1 free throw. I don't have my foul chart here. Hold on 1 second. And voila, our foul chart has returned here. I can check and see who the foul is actually on. Oh, who was that again? That was the 9. That was the S4. That was Jim Akins. He drew a 1-shot foul. Which I believe, yeah, they were still taking 1-shot fouls in 72, the last year of that. And 6, the foul is going to be on the right guard, which will be Don Freeman's first team foul. Free throw. Single shot for Jim Akins, who was a pretty good foul shooter. He misses from 22 to 33, and a 63 is good. The Virginia Squires get on the board. The team never drew a lot of fans. Otherwise, they might have been an entry into the NBA. They missed by about 1 season of just survival. I don't think they could have paid the $3 million entry fee or whatever it was to get into the NBA, but it would have been nice to have a Virginia team, perhaps. Here comes Dallas. And that's a 12. S4. Simi Hill. 64 is a 4. And the defender's a 2, which forces a missed shot. Great defense, missed by Simi. And it says C34. Defensive center Akins with a 14. Less than a 15, but it still is within the 3 range, so Jim Akins clears. If you haven't played PTG basketball, it's a pretty simplified game developed in the 1960s. It's not ultra accurate on the defensive factors like block shots and steals, because they didn't keep track of those back then, but it is a lot of fun, and I've been just playing with it since about January of this year, and I haven't stopped, so I'm going to have to play some hoops pretty soon, as I will in the second half of this game. That is an S3 on that 7. That's going to go to Neil Johnson, who missed about 50 games with an injury, but he was a starter, and I roll an 11 is a 1, and that's good. Neil Johnson gives the Squires the temporary lead. 3-2, just about a minute into this game. Assist on that play will be Johnson or Taylor. It's a 50-50. I'm going to give a 1-3 and 4-6 for the other guy. We'll give it to Roland Fatty Taylor. I might want to mention that the Dropping Dimes Foundation received a bunch of good news just as of yesterday. The NBA finally agreed to pay out some money to the retired players of the ABA. There's probably just over 100 left surviving. And they awarded players who played a combination of 3 seasons in either the NBA or ABA combined, who never were on the pension list, to receive as much as about I think it's about $3,500 per year in pension benefits. So if you played 3 seasons NBA, ABA, and did not receive a pension in the NBA, you might make $12,000 or something like that. If you played a lot more, you will get a lot more. Excuse me. Freddie Lewis. Freddie Lewis played all seasons of the ABA. He'd probably get about 34, 35,000 a year. So it's not it's nothing to sneer at or anything. So, and I believe the Chaps have the ball, as I lose attention as always when I'm discussing things. And let's see who they get the ball to. It's 11. S4 Simi Hill 25 is a 5, which I believe is a basket and foul for Simi Hill. Count it. Assist on the play. Not Len Chappelle. He will be coming in later. But Simi, he'll put it in. Assist on the... Oh, yeah, no assist. Simi to line. It's like an average foul shooter makes it. 3-point play. Traditional 3-point play gives the Chaps the 5-3 lead. This is pretty good shooting so far. I don't notice anything on defense. The 4A has not made a difference for the Dallas Chaps in the first minute. Here we go. 3, S1, Charlie Scott. Let's see if he can get 30 tonight. 55. 55's a 43 of all things. And that is palming the ball. Charles Scott from North Carolina gets the turnover, and the Chaps take over. That's a 12, S4, Simi Hill again, 55. 1. Good, Simi Hill on fire. And the assist on the play, Steve Jones, snapper, who averaged, I think, about 20-plus points a game, as well as Freeman on that Chaps team, or at least right around it. I'll have to check that. 7-3 Chaps. Squires not getting the ball to the dock yet. 7. S3. S3's Neil Johnson, 52. That's a 38. 38 is going to be missed ball, knocked out of bounds. So it's a defensive deflection of shot. Deflected off rim. So I'm going to give that a miss for Neil. A block shot for Rich Jones. My homemade version of block shots. If it's ball deflected off rim, that means the shot was blocked. But a team rebound. I take the team rebound aspect here. And we got Virginia and Dal. And that one's going to go back to Virginia. Neil Johnson goes out of bounds. I was going to say the hoops and Mark Vasilio, which will be a part of the second half, I'm going to utilize a newly formed block shot chart. He had it a couple extra charts, some final minute types of ways to work the clock, but I'm going to, just for this game, utilize the block shot chart. I'm a huge fan of block shots, and he's done a pretty good job to recreate them, even though they weren't kept as full stats in 1972, with the exception of Artis Gilmore, I think, who averaged 5 block shots a game, unofficially kept by the Kentucky Colonels. But I'll be using that block shot chart in the second half, so that should be interesting to see. Squires retain possession here. This must be the year or two before Dave Twardzik came into the league, because he was quite the Squire when he came in from Old Dominion, which was pretty close to Virginia, wherever these guys played. I think Virginia played in 3 different locations, Norfolk and a couple other places. It's before my time, so I'm just spinning it off the top of my head. Probably Roanoke. An 8 for the Virginia Squires. S2, that's Julius. Dr. J, 55. What's he got there? It's a 13. And a 13 will be a missed shot in most cases, rebound to right forward. Unless the defender's a D, no. There's nothing but A's. If the defender's a class 4, yes. Every person is a class 4, so it's a steal from Dr. J by Simi Hill. So there's your first factor when you have 4 A's. I don't even have to think about it when I'm playing the Chaps, just as a benefit. They're all 4 A's, so we'll see what happens here. So the Dallas gets the ball back on a steal from the Doc. Doesn't get his first shot up. 9, S2. That's going to be Steve Jones. 43. 43 is a 9. And the 9, the defender is a B. And he's fouled in the act of shooting by Charlie Scott. Charlie Scott was always a fouler. He played decent defense, but he was a major hacker most of the time. So 1 shot for Stevie Jones. He's very good. He only misses 15 to 23. And that one will go. So Steve Jones, 3 points. Chaps have 8 points, and it's 8 to 3. That defense took place. But getting back to Charlie Scott, in the 1976 NBA Finals, I don't know if you recall, he either had 5 fouls or fouled out of almost every game in that 6-game series. And of course, the Celtics won, so you can't complain about the strategy in retrospect. So here we go, back with the old Virginia Squires. I think this is just prior to the foul out rule as well in the ABA, so there will be players fouling out in this game perhaps. So maybe Charlie Scott, because he's got a B, which is a fouling number in this season, one of the higher ones. There's not many C's or D's. And let's see, 6. Let's see, that's going to be S1. Charlie Scott, 43 for Charlie is a 9. Right back in their face. And of course, Steve Jones is an A, which forces a miss. There's another defensive stop there because of the all 4A defense of the Dallas Chaparrals. Rebound's going to be a 30, which is what? Offensive left guard, a chance for Scott to get the offensive rebound if he's got a higher rebound rating. And he does. Charlie Scott, who's 0 for 1 with a turnover and a foul, finally has a positive note. Adds a positive note to his totals. Here's an 8. S2, Dr. J, 35. What do we got? 37. Well, that's miss ball knocked out of bounds awarded the defense in my book. So Dr. J with a miss. Team rebound goes to Dallas. So that was an unforced error, but the defensive presence is already being felt by the Chaps here. Even though the Squires won 45 games, I mean, you'd think they'd even win more with Dr. J and Charlie Scott both averaging around the 30 plus, 27 and 35 points a game. But let's see. So here comes the Chaps again. That's a 9. Let's see. S2. Steve Jones, 13-8. And once again, Scott is a B defender, and that's a foul. 2-shot foul. Boy, I just pretty much called that one. It's going to be 2 shots for Steve Snapper Jones. Charlie Scott is in foul trouble. I might let me get my free throws done before I say my piece here. 15 is a miss by Steve Jones. 51 is good. So Chaps continue to pour it on and play the defense. It is 9 to 3. Here comes Virginia. So I'm going to probably utilize a playing safe type rule that Matt Rockwood, a longtime gamer, who gave me a really good deal on a couple seasons of PTG cards, did, and allow the A and B defenders to avoid getting fouls. C and D defenders, kind of considered hackers, they will not be able to play safe. But if a superstar like Charlie Scott gets his 3rd foul, I'm going to opt to be able to play him safe because even though he fouled quite a bit, he's not a C or a D defender. Here comes Virginia. 4. Looks like that's an S5. There's no assist to whoever gets it. Roland Taylor. Roland, 16 is a 2. And look at that, another A defender, which is going to be a miss all game long. So the A defense is really kicking in right now, as the Squires are now 1 for 5 from the field. This all defensive juggernaut of a team. And the rebound's going to be 38. We're going to call that a block by Donnie Freeman. Rebound's going to go back to Virginia, 38. 37, it would have gone to the defense, but a 38, not going to happen. So here comes Virginia trying to put that ball in the hole. Here's a 4. That's an S5. That's Roland Taylor. 21, Fatty. 21's a 41. That's not going to be good. Pass intercepted. Turnover Taylor. We're going to have a steal to Freeman. Freeman with a block shot and a steal in the early going. The Chaps, 6. S3, Rich Jones, 64, 4. Defender 2. And that's good defense. So the 2 defenders are doing pretty well so far. Miss for Rich. That's a 34. Defensive center. 14 versus 15. He's within the range to grab that rebound. So Jim Akins clears another board. The question is, can the Squires score on the 4A defenders? These are just lockdown guys. 3. S1. Charlie Scott, 33. That should be good. Let's find out. No, 33 is a 3. It's not a 1. So it's a missed shot. Ball knocked out of bounds. Charlie Scott stopped again. There is something to do to that 4A defense. Moving forward in the game, 17-5 Dallas. Bernie Williams has just come in for Charlie Scott. Who picked up his 3rd foul. Things just are not going the Squires' way. And so Dr. J is going to be the S1 on offense now. We'll see what happens there. It's 17-5. Let's take a quick look. 3, 4, 5, 8. Yeah, the Chaps are hitting 6 for 8 from the field. And they're playing that stifling defense because they have all 4A defenders. Probably an error made by PTG creators for 72. I do enjoy the increased font size on these cards. They're not super large, like 75 or 76 or 77 and beyond, or in the earlier seasons, 66 and 67 seasons. But they bumped them up a size, gave them a little bit of boldness, so at least they're readable for people with aging eyes like me. So anyway, definitely an improvement over, I believe, 69, 70, and 71. Those cards have a really small font. You almost need a magnifying glass to read those cards at times. But either way, fun game, just micro font. It reminds me of some of these Stratomatic cards of today for basketball. It's just small. Even the play action cards are small. This game doesn't have play action cards. It's just dice and boards. One simple floor play chart over here. And of course, I've got the back side of that chart over here and a place to check vowels. So here we go. 9, that is going to be S4. That is going to be Jim Akins. Let's call him Jimbo. Felt like saying Jimbo. Akins with a 43. 43 is a 9. Of course it's an A defender. And it's a missed shot. Another stop because of that A defense. Missed by Akins. The 9 on the A is C30. which is the offensive left guard. Bernie Williams just came in. He's a 4. Nope, he's not going to get that rebound because Steve Jones has a 5. So another good defensive stand by the Dallas Chaps. And we come down 8. It's an S5. George Johnson, not the fly swatter. 15, 23. And there's a legitimate miss. They finally missed a shot. 23. It's defensive right forward. Doc, his first rebound. Will he finish with his average of about 15.7? It's quite impressive for a 6'6", 200-pound guy in his rookie season. His best rebounding season of his career. 11. That's an S4. Jim Akins, 52. And that's a 6. He's going to draw a 2-shot foul. And that foul is going to be on Akins. Fouled by right forward Simi Hill. Second team foul. Akins taking 2 shots. And that's a 41. Swish. 35. Good. He is 3 for 3 from the line. And the Squires are not dead. They're only down 10. Still only 5 minutes into the game, but for the Chaps to have 17 already, that's quite impressive. And that's a 5. S2. Steve Jones, 46. 46 is a 2. And the defenders, a 4 in Bernie Williams. Wow, there's a lot of 4s in this game. A 2, that'll be a missed shot, blocked by Williams. Ball retained by Dallas. Well, there's good defense. Chaps get the ball to 6. That's Rich Jones, 53. It's a 3 with a 2 defender. And it's good. Rich Jones takes advantage of a 2 defender. And the steamrolling Chaps continue. Assist Freeman. 19-7. Who would have thunk it? I mean, Virginia's very solid. This defense is stifling, though. 8. S2. Bernie Williams, 61. 23. Right forward rebounds. So Williams misses. Right forward, Simi Hill at the board. Here come the Chaps. 9. S2. Snapper. 12. 23. No good. And I believe that's also the right forward with the rebound. Yep. Dr. J's second board. Virginia. They get the ball to the S3. That's Neal. Neal's shot is a 26. That's a 25, and that's no good. We're at the halfway mark. Rebound on that one is going to be the defensive left guard, Steve Jones. 6 minutes in, and the Chaps are up 19-7. Not much you can do at the defense like the Chaps. Here's a 5. S2. Steve Jones, 44. Usually a good number, but no, it's a 44. Whoops, that's not a shot, though. It's not a shot. What is it? It's traveling. Steve Jones, snapper. Virginia takes over. S2, it's going to go Bernie. 12, 22. There's a miss. We're finally getting some automatic missed shots. We've been pretty hot for the first 6 minutes. Defensive left forward, Rich Jones on the board. Here comes the 6, S3. Rich Jones. 15, 23. Another automatic miss. Holy cow, these teams have gotten cold quick. Defensive right forward, Doc. 3 rebounds for Irving. Goes to the 4, S5. That's Fatty Taylor, 16. 2. Of course, it's an A defender, so that's not going to go. And that's the 38, which is a block shot by Freeman again. Ball retained by the Virginia Squires. And the Squires hand the ball off to Jim Akins, 42, 37. 37 is a miss. Ball knocked out of bounds, awarded to the defense. Dallas takes over. 5th team rebound. They're going to get a lot of team rebounds with all the A defenders they have, and 4 defenders more likely, because every 2 and 3 is going to be a team rebound. So 6S3. It's Rich Jones, 32. 10, A defender. And that's a good shot. Rich Jones hits. It's a basket for Rich. Always surprises me when they score like that, but Chaps score with a defensive 4 guy. So let's see. Assist on that play will be Freeman. And this Chaps team is scoring at a higher rate than the average. They only average about 104. They're already at 21 points. 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes left in quarter 1. 5. S1. Dr. J, 61, 41. Pass intercepted. Turnover Doc. Steal by Simi. And a little bit of bad luck there. Here comes the Chaps. 8. George Johnson, 56. Is a 6. He's going to draw a 2-shot foul. So George was fouled by 4. Defensive center. And that is the 5th team foul. That's 3 to make 2 for George. Let's see if I can tell how good a foul shooter he was. He was not great. He misses from 11 to 33. Yeah, that's got to be in the 50s or 60% at the best. I'm guessing in the 50s. Oops, I don't need all the dice. That's a 26, no good, but he's going to get 3 chances. 44 is good. And 44 is good again. So the Chaps continue to roll. Virginia is shaking their heads. How can we score on 4 defenders? Here's an 8. S2. Bernie Williams, 21. 21's a 24. That's an automatic miss. And he's 0 for 3 since coming into the game. Not exactly instant offense. Rebounded by George Johnson, his first rebound. All those misses by the Squires. Here's a 5. S2. Steve Snapper Jones. 24. As a 25, that's an automatic miss for Snap. He's missed 3 in a row. And the 25 rebound will be the left guard, Bernie. All right. Squires, 44 is 8. S2, Bernie, 52. 38. Oh, another miss by Bernie. 0 for 4 since coming in. Blocked by Snapper. Ball retained by Virginia. Boy, I've never seen more 37s and 38s on play results. There's some defense being played here. 8. S2. Bernie. 31. They are keen Bernie. 31 is a 43, and that's not going to be good. Palming. Bernie is killing the Squires. I don't have a lot of backup guards, I noticed. I'm not sure who my next backup guard is for Virginia. Might have to get him out of there. He's not helping at all. 10. S4. S4 is Simi. And a 61 on Simi is a 17. But Dr. J on that 17, if he is a Class 4, which he's not. Okay, he's not. Never mind. I thought he was a 4 in this. He's only a 2B, right? Okay. So that was 17. Missed rebound, offensive left forward. And Neil Johnson will grab. Wait. Simi misses. Rich Jones, the left forward, grabs the offensive rebound. They maintain possession on that convoluted play. And there's a 5. That's an S2. Steve Jones, 64, is a 4. Even on a 4 defender, that is good. Steve Jones knows how to find the bucket after missing 3 in a row. He's now 4 for 7. And the assist on the play is Rich Jones. Doing the little things. Rich is 2 for 4, and he's got a couple of assists, a couple boards, a block shot. One of those hidden ABA players was very, very good. Didn't get to play too much in the NBA. Maybe one season with the Nets. And there's a 4. S5. Fatty Taylor, 52. This doesn't look good. 52 is a 12. We know it's going to be a steal. Turnover, Taylor. Steal by Freeman. Freeman has 2 steals and 2 blocks, and I'm wondering if their theory was if they gave up the least amount of shots and they give them all 4 on defense, that would force more steals and not shots. Maybe that would keep the shots down for the Dallas Chaps. I don't really know. I can't figure this one out. 8. Let's see. S5. George Johnson, 62, is an 11. The defender is an A defender. That's a missed shot for George. No, yeah, he is an A defender. A miss for George. And that's a C31. Defensive right forward, Dr. J. Rebound number 4. Have the Squires been stuck on 7 points forever, though? I mean, it's crazy. Am I reading that right? Yes, I am. 6. S1, Dr. J, 45, 33. And that's definitely going to be a missed shot for the Doc. I'll go 2 because I'm taking another point off. 33. Rebound defensive right forward. Simi's got an 11. But nope, not close to Dr. J's 18. That's quite impressive. Dr. J with the offensive rebound. They're at the fight. They're down 25-7. Retain possession, Virginia, 6. S1, Irving, 16, is a 2. But a 4 defender stops that every time. Missed shot by Dr. J. Block by Simi Hill. But Virginia does retain possession on that one. And there's an 8. S2. Bernie Williams, 14, is a 40. Bernie's just been entertaining. Wild pass out of bounds. Bernie is throwing the ball away. I may have to find another guard, like I said, or put Charlie Scott back in at the end of the period. 3, S3, it's Rich Jones, 61-24. That's no good for Rich. 2:15 left. 24 is going to go. Rebound, Jimbo Akins. Here's a 5. Irving, 36. Good, a 1. Doc needed a dunk. He's only got 4 points. He's 2 for 5 from the field. Assist on the play. Williams. Yes, Bernie Williams. Hey, they may actually hit double digits this quarter. The Squires struggling against the super defenders. S2, Steve Jones, 14. That's a 41. Pass intercepted. Turnover for Snap. Steal by Bernie. He's got a block, a rebound, assist, a steal, and 2 turnovers. Bernie's got to do something on offense next time he gets the ball, though. They need anything. Oh, there's a 66. That'll help. 11 is S4. Akins, 66-1. Slam dunk. And the Squires show some resilience. Assist on the 11 would be Scotty's not in. And Virginia showing some guts here. There's an 8. S5. George Johnson, 32, is a 10. A defender. That's good. George Johnson comes back. First field goal in 3 tries. 27-11. No assist on the play. And Virginia's going to have an uphill battle this game. Maybe when they play the second half with hoops, they'll get their mojo and not have to face the all-world defense of the Dallas Chaps here in PTG. S2, Bernie, 53. That's a 3. Of course, it's an A defender. Bernie misses. That's 0 for 5. Ball knocked out of bounds, awarded to Dallas. So there's a 5, S2. Snapper, 43. That's a 9. A defender. Missed shot for Snap. And the rebound, it's at 30. Offensive left guard. Yep, and Jones is higher than Bernie by 1. So Bernie's been kind of a bummer for. Look at this, 4 6s. This is going to be good in one way, shape, or form. S4, Simi Hill, 66, scores easily on the 1. 7 for Simi. Assist on the 12, Steve Snapper Jones. Capping off a very good first quarter. We got 50 seconds to go in the period. That's a 9. S4, that's Jim Akins, 23. 23 is a 3 against an A defender. Missed shot, knocked out of bounds, awarded to the defense. Record for most 37s or 38s in one period on play result numbers. 5, S2, Steve, 43. Seems like I'm used to that number. 9, A defender. 9 is another missed shot for Steve. And what was the rebound on that? This is C30. Once again, offensive left guard, and Jones does get his own rebound one more time. Got 30 seconds to go. 6. Rich Jones, 53. That's a 3 on a 2 defender. And that is a basket for Rich Jones. Count it. Assist on the play. Don Freeman, who's only taken 1 shot, the team's leading scorer and all-star, has taken 1 shot, yet their team is up by 20 points on the 45 win, 39 loss Virginia Squires. Who would have thunk this? 12, S5, it's Roland Taylor's, good as anyone, 64. That's a 4. That scores on a defensive 4. Thank goodness for the Squires. 2 points. No assist on the play. We're down to our final shot of the period, and it's a 4 S1. That's going to be Donnie Freeman, 35. That's a 7. He is fouled. One shot foul. It's going to be on 5. Left guard, Bernie Williams. Cap your quarter off, Bernie, with another. That's going to be 2 shots because we're in the penalty, but no penalty shot. No 3 to make 2, that is. Donnie, 54. 12. Got him anyway. Doesn't matter. Doesn't need them. 33, 13. Still have time for one more shot. The Squires can get in here. 5. S1. Dr. J, 62. 11. 8 offender. Missed shot at the buzzer. Missed shot by Doc. Who grabbed the rebound? 31. Offensive right guard. Does he get it? Yeah, he does. Roland Taylor. Fatty with the board. But time runs out after one period. Dallas Chaparral's stifling defense gives also hot on offense. They lead 33-13. Almost a third of their average points per game scored in the first quarter. So obviously a high charge defense can lead to a lot of offense, but this is not expected. I expected the Squires to at least have 20 points in this quarter. At this pace, they're not going to score much. So anyway, when you have all league defenders like that, 4 A's, this limited sample size shows that you can really stop some people. So anyway, we'll come back with some more action later on. All right, we're here starting the second half. As you can see, we switched the cards over to the Hoops Tabletop Pro Basketball game by Mark Vasilio. This game has been a bit of a surprise from the PTG basketball side. Not the fact that the Chaparrals were capable of playing great defense. All of their players have a 4A, which is misleading and probably inaccurate. As you can tell, the Chaps took a 25-point lead. They led by 20 after one quarter and now lead by 25. They followed up their 33-point quarter in the first with a 40-point second quarter, which just floored me. I virtually had all reserves except for one shooting guard or point guard, Steve Jones or Donnie Freeman in the game, and they continue to roll, even though the Squires put up a 35 spot themselves. And the defense once again caused a lot of turnovers. Dr. J, I think, had 7 turnovers on his own, even though he did throw in 16 points and had 9 rebounds. I had him play the whole first half. I'll probably have him play the whole game and see what happens. Well, second half will be quite different, I am certain. Mark Vasilio is a little more scientific and statistically inclined to understand that one team can't have 12 men with all excellent defense. So, for instance, the Squires, they actually have an excellent defender in Fatty Taylor right there. And he was also generous enough to give Dr. J, Julius Irving, an excellent defensive column as well, as you can see. He's going to block some shots, steal some balls, and just play some great defense to go with his great rebounding. Now, as for the Chaparrals, some of their players retained some pretty good defensive ratings, but most of them did not. Donnie Freeman over here, he got a defensive rating of good. Rich Jones, the power forward, dropped to average from 4A. George Johnson, not fly swatter as I mentioned earlier, is an average minus. Simi Hill is average, and Steve Snapper Jones is average. So this is quite a drop-off. It's still going to take a Herculean effort for the Squires, the 45-win Squires, to come back on the road on the Chaparrals. But I was hoping that the second quarter they'd draw at least a little closer than the 20 points, and it actually ballooned to 25 points, highlighted by a basket and foul by Shaler Halleman, I believe, at the end of the half to push that lead from 22 to 25 points. So we'll see what happens. The bench for the Chaparrals, just for those curious, all those 4As, they translate into, I'll just read the Collis Jones average, Shaler Halleman average plus, Joe Hamilton average plus, Jeffrey Congdon average, Len Chappelle average, Rich Neiman average minus, and Goo Kennedy average. So none of the guys are poor by any stretch of the imagination, but they're certainly not excellent like they've been rated by PTG, which, once again, I think that was a clerical error. They just put out the season and didn't realize they gave Dallas all excellent defenders, which is not even close to what they actually were. So, in addition, a lot of their players fouled a lot more than they, A defenders do not foul much at all, and so they should have had some B's and some C's and a D probably on that team, and they gave them all A's. So anyway, let's get started with a second half here using Hoops Tabletop Pro Basketball. I'm going to integrate the of Mark's new charts. I'm going to integrate the block shot chart, this half you see at the top here, where you, on every block shot, you roll for a block shot result, usually a block shot rebound or a team rebound. Occasionally you're going to get goaltending, or shot blocker rebounds the ball and makes excellent outlet pass, fast break attempt. So there could be a little more excitement when we get a few block shots this half. I'm not trying to knock PTG. This is a modern day basketball game with the evolution of statistics has gone through the roof since 1971, 72. So this game was created in the last year or so by Mark, and I a couple of friends of mine, we were urging Mark to try to do an ABA set of this because of the incredible teams from this year, and here it is. These are the, I'll show you Fatty again, the modern day factory cut cards. They're glossy. They have they've got some color, team colors, and they are not, you don't have to cut them or do anything. They are ready to roll out of the package. Just got to sort a few cards. There's 12 men per team. PTG, by the way, only had 10 men per team, which made it really difficult. My second quarter, I noticed the Nets only had 3 suitable guards on the team out of 10 and like 6 forwards. But then I looked in my encyclopedia of pro basketball and found that Doug Moe played a little bit of guard. So I threw him in at the guard for the second quarter. And Doug came through with 10 points for me, but it didn't seem to matter as the Chaps rolled up a score that a 40-point total in addition to their great defense. So we'll see what happens with the average defense, slow pace Dallas Chaparrals. This should be hopefully a more realistic half. I'm hoping Virginia at least cuts into this lead in the third quarter, and we'll see what happens in the fourth. So here we go. Jump ball. I'm going to use a jump ball chart from this is from Computer Basketball, Wayne Wisco. Little chart right here. I do need to get the heights of these players. I did not think about that before I did that. I think George Johnson's 6'11", and Jim Akins is 6'10". So I'm going to use the 0 to 1 difference in height just for the sake of everything. So it looks like an even or an odd will determine it here. And a 6, even number. Home team gets the ball. So we'll give George Johnson another jump ball. start the third quarter. They were doing jump balls at the start of the quarter, probably until the end of 75. At least that's what they did in the NBA. So we're going to go with a lot of NBA rules for this half. Let's see if we get a three-point shot at maybe. We had no three-point attempts in that first half for the Chaps or Squires using PTG. We'll see what happens with Mark's game. So the difference here is we're going to give the ball to the Chaps. And we start by turning a card. Every card turn, I'm going to move this over. I'm having trouble figuring this out. I think I might even zoom this in. I'm going to, just one moment. All right, here we go. Looks like the center, the defender is going to be Jim Akins. So we use defensive card on Jim Akins. We've got ourselves a 5, and it's a blocked shot. Well, we're going to get to use that block shot chart right away. Oh, every move of the card is a move of the clock. And so a miss by George. Block. And we'll use the block shot chart. See what we get out of that. 6. Ball out of bounds. Offense retains possession. So that's a team rebound for Dallas, their 10th. All right, simple as that. Oh, whoops, I'm ready to roll. I'm playing PTG right now in my head. Point guard. Defense. I just rolled an 8, so let's use it. Point guard is going to be Freeman. Defender is Fatty Taylor. 8. Foul Taylor, 1 shot. 1 shot foul for Freeman. Freeman's range is 2 to 9 in that lower left corner. And once again, Dallas comes charging out of the gate, 74-48. That is not a misprint. That is not a typo. That is Dallas Chaparral's basketball. Here we go. Point guard, offense 3, Fatty Taylor. So a 3, it's the outside column. That's an 8. He's going to pass the ball. And then we got center, offense 7. And that's going to be Jim Akins, his inside column. So for Jimbo, get 3 passes before it's a 24-second clock violation. 30-second clock in the ABA. That's a 6. Jimbo turns it over. Well, he's got a block and a turnover this half. Here comes the Chaps. Small forward offense 3. Simi Hill. Outside shot. He's a 3 to 10 outside. 4. That's a pass. We're going to see that slow down in action here with the Chaps. Don't be surprised if they get a 30-second violation. Shooting guard, offense 10. Steve Snapper Jones. The 10, he's a 5 to 10 on outside. So a 4, and it says foul 2. So it's going to be a 2-shot foul. The foul, you can look at the card right here. It says foul defensive power forward. That's Neil Johnson. That's his first. 2 shots for Snapper, who leads all scorers with 16. I think he's tied with Dr. J, actually. But he does lead the Chaps. 2 to 9 and 12. Great free throw year for Snapper. And he gets them both. And the Chaps are up 76 to 48. This is not getting prettier by the second here. Let's see if the Squires get it to one of their key cogs. Nope, Neil Johnson defense of Rich Jones. 10, that's a basket. Basket by Neil Johnson. Gives them 50. Check for an assist. Shooting guard 3. Charles Scott with the assist. I'm still getting in the mode for this hoops. Haven't played it in a couple months, so I'm a little on the rusty side. I just rolled the dice first. That was great. And I'm doing the clock the wrong way as well. His clock is backward. Okay, let's go there. Okay. Pardon me for. So the Chaps have the ball. There's no 9 shooters. We're going to keep going. Go this way. Okay, we'll make this work. 2. Oh, they got Donnie Freeman. So it's going to be Donnie Freeman, defender, Fatty. 4, foul. Fatty Taylor again. That's 3 on Taylor. 1 shot for free. The free man. All right. Camera quit out on me again. I don't know exactly why or when it happened. So anyway, we got Dr. J just made 2 free throws. And here we go. Chaps. Oh, geez, I keep going the wrong direction. Well, it's getting bad. My clocks are opposite. All right. Point guard, Donnie Freeman, defender. Fatty Taylor, 6, stolen by Fatty Taylor. Turnover Freeman. Steal by Taylor. Fast break. All you got to do is look at this card. It says fast break point guard. So Fatty's going to try and go all the way. 7. Foul 2. And he's fouled by the small forward. And that is going to be Simi Hill. So Fatty gets 2 free throws on this fast break opportunity here. The Squires are scoring most everything from the line so far. 6. Good. 4 good. Good for Fatty. 5 in the game. 3 for 3 at the line this half. 79-55. See if I can keep playing here. I'm so much in PTG mode. I'm struggling with this. Thanks for your patience. Power forward. Rich Jones, offense 5. That's his inside column. And that's a 4. And that's a total miss right there, if you can see that or not. Rebound offensive, center power forward greater than 22. Nope. Defensive power forward or small forward. Well, this is made for Dr. J. He's got a 45 on the defensive board, which is better than Neil Johnson's 30. So the Doc now with 11 rebounds. And here comes the Squires. Power forward offense 9. Neil offense 9. There he is. Great chance to pass the ball here, and he does. And now we're going shooting guard, but he's playing off the defensive center, so that's Scott over George Johnson, who's an average minus, and that's a block shot. So Scott has just been getting his stuff stuffed, so to speak. Let's go to the rebounding block shot chart. And that's a 4, ball out of bounds. Offense retains possession. I'm getting a lot of that. And so here we go. Point guard offense 1. That is Fatty Taylor. He's only got this. The only time he uses is 1. He's got an offensive 1. This looks like a 10. Oh, it's going to be a missed shot. Fatty misfires. Rebound offensive center greater than 15. And Akins is only a 14, so it goes to the defensive center. George, not Fly Swatter Johnson. Small forward defense. Simi Hill over Dr. J. Let's see what happens here. 9, no good by Simi Hill. Great defense by the excellent defense of Dr. J. Defensive center greater than 14. Jim Akins has a 26, so that's no problem. Power forward offense 4. That's Neil Johnson. Keep going to Neil for some reason. I don't know why. And his 10 is an assist. Neil Johnson with a play. All right. Thank you, Neil. And that's 57. And the assist goes to center 10. Nope. Okay, here comes the Chaps, leading by 22. There's a power forward 9. That is Rich Jones. The 9 is going to be his outside column. All right, we're down to the last 4 minutes of this contest. The Dallas Chaparrals have pulled away from the Virginia Squires once again. They actually, Squires got within 17 points at the end of 3, but then Charlie Scott went cold, missing 5 shots in a row to begin the 4th. So there was the ball game there as Goo Kennedy and the Dallas Chaps pulled up again by 30 points. And right now we're at 121 to 90 and 4 minutes to play. I was just going to bring out a comparison of the factory card versus PDF card of hoops. I'm going to show you Dr. J. I made the switch over to the cutout PDF version from the last quarter, so you can see one is all black and white, but a bigger font. The other one's pre-made, cut for you, has color. They both have, a certain different utility, because one you might want to have a bigger font, but you have to do all the work to cut these out. Versus the factory ones, you get it sent to you, you just take them out of the plastic cellophane and put the teams together. So both good products, they're just different strokes for different folks. Back to the ball game. Let's finish this off. I have removed all of the starters from this game. Not all of them. I've left Julius Erving for the Squires and Steve Snapper Jones. I actually got him in a pinch playing some point guard here to finish out this game. I just want to give you a feel for the flow of hoops, tabletop, pro basketball, and see who can get the most points in garbage time. Steve Jones is having a fantastic game. He had 16 in the first half, and I can count right off the top of my head another 11 in the second half, so we'll let him finish this one out. Dr. J hasn't taken a shot this quarter, kind of unusual, but he will probably be very close to his regular season averages of 27 points and 16 boards. So let's go Squires and see what happens here. Flip a card, small forward defense. Move the clock on every card turn. And that's Julius Erving over Simi Hill, 6 on defense. That's a foul. That's the third team foul. One-shot foul was still in play back in 1972. Doc is a 2 to 8 and 12, and he makes his first point of the period. And the Squires have 91. They're only down 30. Anything's possible. Small forward. Simi Hill back in his face. Offensive 1. That's an inside move. 5. Pass for Hill. Center offense 2. Goo Kennedy does not really shoot much. As you can see, there's passes from 6 to 9. But I got a 3 and he scores. Goo Kennedy's having a great quarter. He's 3 for 3 and he has 5 rebounds. So the Chaps are about 19 points above their season average in points. And the assist, small forward 13, no. But that could be a part of the that first half played with PTG that really ramped up their point total. Power forward defense, Neil Johnson. Defender is Collis Jones. And there's a steal. Turnover, steal, fast break. Excuse me. Collis with the steal. Fast break, shooting guard. And that is Halliman. And that is an 8, which is a pass. Small forward defense. Hill over Irving. 7. Blocked by Irving. After the block by Irving, I use the block shot chart over there. And I roll a 5, and the 5 reads defensive center, rebound rating greater than 19. Otherwise, out of bounds to the offense. So the defensive center is Ray Scott. He's got a 45 on the defensive rating, so he grabs the rebound. So there's your block shot chart. A new auxiliary chart by Mark Vasilio in action. It doesn't have a fast break. I was checking to see if there was a fast break off that. 3 minutes left. Small forward, Dr. J offense, 8 outside jumper, 10. Draws the foul. It's going to be on the defender, Simi Hill. And that's 14 fouls, just 2 shots for the Doc. The young doctor. That's a 6. Good. 9, no good. 92. Rebound on the free throws right here. Power forward, Hollis Jones. 2:52 left. Power forward. Jones' defender is Neil Johnson. Neil's a poor defender, and misfire by Hollis Jones. Rebound offensive center. 17 defensive center. 45. Ray Scott. Still around. That guy's a cool dude. 4 fast break. Point guard. Adrian Smith, the 35-year-old veteran. 3 scores in his foul. Adrian Smith puts the ball in for the Squires. And the assist, fouls on the defender, Steve Snapper. 2, 3, 14 fouls. The assist would be shooting guard 17, no. And so 123-94 now. And Adrian Smith, a very good foul shooter, 2 to 9 and 11. And he's got it. Adrian Smith ended up playing quite a bit in the playoffs for the Virginia Squires as Charlie Scott left the team with 11 games to play to head to the Phoenix Suns. And so the Squires were without a shooting guard, and Adrian Smith came off the bench in the playoffs. They lost a tough game series in 7 games to the New York Nets, I recall, and Rick Barry, and he averaged about 11 points a game, so not bad for a 35-year-old substitute. They needed him in a pinch. Small forward offense, 6, Simi Hill, outside. Moving right along, it's 125 to 95. And Simi Hill just made a jump shot, and the Squires continue to struggle. And a 6. Ray Scott is a 6 on offense. So he's just 1 higher than Irving. He's going to use his inside column. And 9, he draws the foul. The foul will be on the shooting guard, Shaler Halliman. And Ray gets himself 3 to make 2. Makes a 2 to 8 and 11. Good. Puts them both in. Ray having a perfect day, 2 for 2 from the field, 4 for 4 from the line. And it's a 28-point lead. Shooting guard, offense 9. Hallam, offense 9. The outside jumper. 4. Basket. Halliman having a day. Halliman. 9 in the first half, 6 more in the quarter. Assist on the play, power forward 7. Yes, Hollis Jones suddenly a playmaker. Squires come back. Scott over Kennedy. 10, steal. Scott with a turnover. Goo having a day. Goo Kennedy, a high percentage shooter from 1 foot to 2 feet range, but he got the steal here. Fast break point guard, Steve Jones. 11, snapper turns it over. 2 minutes. Point guard defense. Adrian Smith, the 35-year-old. And that's a 2 on defense. And Steve Jones, playing some good defense today. Not just with the 4A ratings. He's also doing it with the hoops card as well. Rebound offensive point guard. Adrian. He's going to shoot an inside shot. 4, no. Rebound offensive center. The veteran Ray Scott. Still kicking in his early 80s, I believe. Rebound basket with a 6. Yes. Ray Scott, 10 points. They're at 99 to 127. Some good old players here in the ABA. Both Adrian and Ray played in the ABA and NBA. Point guard defense. Steve Jones playing the point guard. Adrian forces him to miss. Rebound offensive small forward greater than 11. Nope, he's got a 10, so it's defensive small forward Doc. Playing Doc the whole game. They just got so maligned in that first quarter. I feel sad for the Squires, so let's play Irving the whole 48 minutes. A yeoman's work. Center, offense 5. No load management here, even in a blowout. 7. Ray Scott misses. His first miss. He's got 10 points. Team rebound home. 17 team rebounds for the Chaps, thanks to that 4A defensive wall they put up in the first half. Small forward defense. Simi over Irving. A 12. Steal by Irving. Turnover Hill. Steal by the Doc. Fast break coming up soon. It's a 6 for whoever it is. Shooting guard. Doug Moe. 6. Turnover. Another old guy that got blacklisted like Connie Hawkins and discovered life in the ABA. Then became a head coach with the Spurs and Nuggets. 119 to play. 5. There's no 5s in the lineup here. 109 to play. Small forward offense 9. That's going to be an outside shot for Simi. 3. Assist Simi Hill. Excellent pass. 129 for the Chaps. They're about 25 points a game higher than their average, but we'll give the assist to, let's make it 1 to 4 here. Steve Jones gets credit for the hoop. 129.99, 59 seconds left. Shooting guard. It's going to be Doug Moe. Outside. Pass. Running the clock down. Power forward defense. They don't want the Chaps to get more than 130. Neil Johnson over Collis, 9 foul. Penalty, 2 shots. Neil missed his last shot. 2 to 7 and 9. He's got a 7 and a 4. Neil has 8 points. Squires hit the century mark. 129-101. Center offense 2. Here's the great Goo Kennedy having a quarter. Draws another foul. Jeez. Foul defender. Ray Scott, 4th team foul. See what Goo can do. He's a 3 for 3 from the line. 2 to 7 and 10. Good. Good. Way to go, Goo. World of Goo. 131 for the Chaps. Center defense. Ray Scott over Goo. Goo's kind of a fouler. I'm surprised he hasn't fouled much. Pass. Small forward. Offense 2. Simi. Inside shot, 10. Draws the foul on the defender, Dr. J. That is 4 on Doc. 15 foul. Simi with 3 to make 2. 2 to 8 and 11. Good. Good. Simi Hill having a solid game. Great defensively, of course. And we're running out of time. 7 on the clock. Shooting guard, Doug Moe over Halliman's defense. 11. Foul, Shaler. That's his 5th. I don't think he'll foul out, though. 2 shots. Penalty for Doug Moe. Doug having a great day from the floor. 2, 5, 7 of 9. 6 on the free throw, good. 5 on the free throw. Doug's going to finish with 16 points. Not bad, and limited service off the bench. We're down to 1 card left. I just fumbled that. Oh, I guess that's it. That does finish the game right there. He made him at the buzzer, basically. There was no other play, so there's your final score. Let me verify what I got here. It looks like 133 for the Chaps, 103 for the Squires. These slow-down, defensive-minded Squires definitely played that defense in the first half, but it also resulted in a lot of good offensive plays for them, and they were hot from the field from the opening minute. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up these statistics and have a player of the game. And so I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of PTG and hoops. Have a good day.